Welcome to the Teaching and Learning Pedagogy TLS. Today, this lesson is about the ECD specialization. After receiving the messages and email, I have decided to give you a new topic which has been suggested and have been given in your pedagogy study guide. So let's see what is it about first. I'm going to share the screen. As you can see the screen on number 3, this is about the counting and probability. So I'm going to talk about the probability today with some problems and tips and techniques in a simple way. So teachers must be able to use the chance to investigate the process, to evaluate probability models, situations, judge chances of outcome as certain, more likely, equally likely, less likely, impossible in general terms. So given a random experiment, determine the chances of certain outcomes, solve basic problems of dependent and independent. So you can see in your study guides for further. Guys, as you know that life is full of unpredictable things. If it is about the numbers, then it's a certainty. For example, 1 plus 1 is a 2 always. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 always. But there are many things that we cannot predict. Either we can we can judge, but we cannot go for the particular decision. For that, we use the probability, the number or chances, or what will be the random outcome of that one. For example, how do we do and what exactly we mean it? We play a game, but we don't know who's going to win or lose. So by choosing the random outcome, we use the coins. Who will do the bet first? Who we play for that? Okay, for these things we use coins. Okay. Similarly, for in casino, ever you visit it, that there's a spinner, and a spinner is gonna give the probability either you are going to win or not. So that's a chance. Okay, either you are going to win or lose. But what is the probability of this? The chances that you are going to win or lose. That's the most important things. And for that calculation, we use the probability. So these are two, as I given you the examples. Okay. Further, let's see, and I'll be giving you more information about it. Let me share the screen first. This is the lesson 20, ECD specialization. What is probability? Probability of something happening is likelihood or chance of its happening. Values of probability lie between 0 and 1, like 0 and 1. From you can see this is called the probability scale. The 0 indicates impossible, and this the center point is the 50%, or in fraction 1 by 2, and in your right side it's a certain, which is a 1, which is the highest. It cannot be greater than. Okay, so the value in the middle between the center point and the certainty is likelihood. So we can calculate it's a less likely, more likely, okay, or the chances, how many percentage of the chances are to be uncertain. Similarly, another side, are less likely, unlikely, the percentage of the chances of less likely or unlikely or more unlikely. This is something we can do in the percentage as well. And so this certain will be the 100%, this is the 50%, or this is 0%. Similarly, 0 and this is the 0.5, and this is the 1 for that. Where 0 represents the absolute impossibility and 1 represents the absolute certainty. So this is we can show in the decimal, we can represent in the fraction, we can represent in the percentage. So the probability of the coin, as I given you, this is the 50% of them. Either 50% will be head or 50% will be tail. So there's a possibility is a 1, however, the probabilities are 2. So in an fraction, it will be 1 by 2 or equal to 0.05. So means what we do, there's a two of probability, if it's a 1/2, okay, and if you're throwing the coin, that means there's a 50% chance of the head and 50% chance of the tail. Similarly, if you are going to use the dice, okay, so there are how many? 6 possibilities for that. So for that, you know what we know, if you are going to throw the dice, that means we have the 6 possibilities for that. Similarly, if you are going to spin, if it has a 8 sectors, that means there are the 8 possibilities for that, and that shows into the fraction and the percentage of that. So let's see the further. This is a formula of the probability, the outcomes, okay, or you can say the probability and the number of the possibilities here. Probability of an event. Above value shows the outcome. For example, if you spin a wheel and the needle stops at a 3, so that will be the outcome of that. If you divide the outcome with the total sectors, say 8, you will get chances of that, you know, 3 in percentage or in a fraction. Similarly, if you spin a wheel and it stops at 5, so the 5 is your outcome and the total number is 8. It will be divided by the 8 for that. So it will show you the percentage or the chances or the rending income of that result. So it depends on the outcomes, that when the needle stops, and you have to divide it by the total sectors for it. Let's see the problem and solution. If a P is the probability of an event happening and Q is the probability of the same event is not happening, then the total probability is P plus Q and is equal to the unity, since it's absolute certainty that the event either will or will not occur. Problem 1, determine the probabilities of selecting at random a man and a woman from the crowd containing 20 men and 33 women. So we are going to select random a man and a woman from both. So first we'll go for the man. The probability of selecting a random a man, P, is given by the ratio. So the number of men and number of crowd. So that will be out, right? So we have how many? Number of men, 20. And here's the total of the crowd. So 33 women and 20 men. So what will be the probability? 20 by 53 or 0.3077 for that. Similarly, number of women and a number of. So number of women, we have a 33. And then same, we have the total crowd for that. So what will be the probability? 0.6226. So check the total probability should be equal then. Let's see. So what we have now, the first we have a 20 by 53 and Q we have a 33 by 50. If you're going to plus both of them, here we'll get the common for that will be 1. So 1 is the maximum or the highest certainty. It cannot be greater than. We'll go for the problem 2. It's about the expectations, what we expect, okay? E is an event happening is defined the general term as the product of the probability P of an event is happening and the number of the attempts made is N. So E is the expectations, P is a probability, and number with an expected number attempts to make or outcome which is happening. Thus, since the probability of obtaining a 3 upwards then a rolling. If you throw a dice, okay, and fair dice, which is a 1 by 6, we have already learned. The expectation of getting a 3 upwards is a 4 throws. So when you are getting, okay, after throwing 4 times, you are getting 3. So this is a 4 attempts you have done. So what you're gonna do? So 1 by 6, we have the 6 possibilities of that, and at which attempt you are getting after 4 attempts. So 1 multiplied by 4, and if you're gonna see what will be the fraction 2 by 3. Similarly, find the expressions obtaining a problem. So we have, that here what we are going to obtaining 4 upwards by how many times? In 3 attempts. So that will be 50%, 1 by 2. Calculate the probabilities of selecting a winning horse in a race in which 10 horses are running. A winning horses in both the first and second races if there's a 10 horses in each. So first, let's see how many races, who's the winner? How many races horses is going to win? 1. What is the total horses? Number of the total horses? 10. So 1 by 10. So what will be the probability? Is equal to 0.10. Similarly, probability of selecting the winning horse in the first race is 1 by 10. So if you're going to collect these both probabilities, 1 by 10 and 1 by 10, that will be 1 by 100. So what will be the probability? Is equal to 0.01. So these are the basic problems of the probability. Simply, probability, the outcome which divides by the possibilities. How many possibilities do you have? A dice has 6 possibilities. If a spinner has 16 possibilities, check the outcome of your spinner. If it is a 6, divide this. Make sure that the certainty cannot exceed to 1. 0 is impossible and 1 is a certainty. It can be less likely, more likely, less unlikely, more unlikely, or equal. Hope this lesson will help you a lot. Thank you so much. We'll be meeting in the next lesson. Stay blessed and stay safe.